Okay, now let's look at doing some calculations with the weather data that you downloaded earlier. Here is my download, and the first thing I'm going to do is give that a better name, something like Portland, Maine weather data. And then I will open it up, which might take a while because sometimes Microsoft is a little slow. Not too bad, there we go. So this is the data I downloaded earlier. I don't really need latitude, longitude, and elevation, so I'm just going to delete those with a right click and pressing delete. The date, you notice, starts off fine, 1/1/2000, but then after a few days it changes into hashtag symbols. That's Excel's way of telling you, hey, there's more information here that I can display. You might want to make this column a little wider. To do that, go up here right between C and D columns and just double click. And that will make it wide enough. So now I want to pick a month to really focus in on. So I'm going to focus in on the month of January. You pick whatever month you want. This data is for the whole year, so to split out just January data, the easiest thing to do is add a column here for month. We have the date in Excel, so we can use the command month equals month, parentheses, and then just click on the date and close parentheses, and that'll tell us month 1 is January. And then the easiest way to copy and paste this formula all the way down is to hover over the bottom right corner, and the cursor changes to a black plus sign, and double click that. It'll put your month all the way down, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 12. So now that we have that, we can go to the Data tab, and we can click on Filter up here. And Filter, it puts these little drop downs next to all of our column names. So on month, we click on that, and we don't want to select all. We want to click just one for January, and we press OK. So what that does is it just hides everything that's not a January month. Like if you scroll down here, you can see here's 1/1/2000, goes right to 1/1/2001. But the other data wasn't deleted, it's still there. You can notice row number 32 goes right to 368. So it's still there, it's just hidden. So what we want to do is we just want to copy and paste just January data into a new tab in our spreadsheet. So click down here to make a new tab, and I will rename this Jan data. I don't know what I was thinking. And we go over here and we can just copy and paste all of this. Just select all the columns, press copy, go to Jan data, and just press paste. And it'll paste that in there. But unlike the filter operation, which just hid the Januaries, by copying and pasting it now, it's not there at all. Make the column bigger again. You notice it goes right from 1/1/2000 to 1/1/2001, row 32 to 33. Now you want to press escape at this point because otherwise you still have all that stuff copied and you don't necessarily want. So now let's just calculate some summary statistics. And you can pick one of these if you want to. Precipitation, max and min temperature, the easiest. If you look through your data and it looks like snow or snow depth or temperature average is fairly well filled in, you can use that too. It's up to you. The summary statistics we're going to calculate, I'm going to do for Tmax, maximum temperature in Portland, Maine in January. So I'm going to calculate a min, whoops, hit the wrong thing. A min, Q1, median, Q3, and a max. I'll also calculate a mean, which you might remember is just our statistics word for our usual average. So I'll go ahead and put in the commands. Now the thing is I have a lot of data here, so I can click and drag all the way down, but it's going to take a while. It might be faster to go look and see where your data ends in the first place. And mine is going to end right here around row 621. So you might just make a mental note, okay, row 621 is where it ends. And then when you move the cat out of the way so you can see your monitor, you can scroll back up. And then you can type this in equals min. And you can click here, that's H2, and then just go through H621 so you don't have to worry about, whoops, I forgot the colon, H2 colon H621. That way you don't have to keep clicking and dragging and scrolling all the way down. And do the same thing here, quartile.exe, and then click here, but it's not just H2, it's H2 to H621. And then remember for the quartile command, you need to do comma 1 to tell it the first quartile. Do the same thing here, median H2 to H621. I know this is a little tedious, but it's a big part of spreadsheets, and I don't think any of us want to do this by hand. equals max H2 to H621. And then the mean, remember, is just the usual average, so we just use the command for that. There you go, and now you have your summary stats calculated. You can see the average, wow, maximum of 67 in January. That's really high, and that 1 seems really low, doesn't it? Because if you just remember the 5-number summary, the median is basically telling you half the days had a high temperature lower than this, half of them were more. Q1 is sort of telling you like 25% of the days were between here and here, 25% of the days were between here and here. So this 1 seems really low compared to that 67. And the maximum of 67 seems really high compared with Q3. We can go through our data. Maybe there's another 66, 65 in here. Maybe that 67 was really unusual. We are going to find out in class. So bring this, your data and your summary statistics for either your Tmax, your precipitation, whatever you want to do. Like a previous video, if you want to, you can calculate the summary statistics for like a lot of these at once just by doing copy-paste operations. But bring at least one of them to class, and we are going to make some displays of data and such with that. And I will look forward to seeing you all there.